Now, the students of Marjory Stoneman Douglas are demanding more than roundtable discussions.
They'll spend tomorrow lobbying lawmakers on specific policy addressing gun sales, background checks, and mental health.
But as they drive there, lawmakers have already dealt a blow to their efforts, and a few students were in Tallahassee early to see it happen. The House voted to not hear a bill banning assault rifles and large-capacity magazines. Cheryl Aquarola, a 16-year-old junior from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School who survived the shooting, was overcome with emotion in the gallery of the State House of Representatives. But the students' fight goes on. CBS 4's Ted Scouten live in Tallahassee, where he's awaiting the students' arrival. Ted.
Hi, Rick, Rudave, and Elliot. Well, those buses should be arriving here in Tallahassee. They should start to get here around 8:30 or so. And, you know, many of those students are likely going to have some more fight in them because of what happened with the House dealing them a blow, not allowing a debate on the assault weapons ban. A few moments ago, we did hear from that woman, that student, who was in there when it happened.
The next death of someone with an assault rifle here in Florida is going to be on them. It's going to be on them, and it's going to be their fault that those people are dead, and that those people aren't going to go home to their families, and that there's going to be an empty space in people's lives, and it's going to be their fault because they could have done something today.
You know, that vote was right down party lines. Republicans voting not to allow debate. The list of South Florida lawmakers who voted on that, we have it here. These are the ones who voted not to allow that debate to go on. Manny Diaz, Carlos Trujillo, Jose Oliva, Brian Avila, Michael Bileca, Daniel Perez, Jeanette Nunez, and Holly Ration. And you can certainly bet those kids from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School are going to want to speak to them.
We'll be with you guys, all right? Your voices are heard.
A send-off from people who know their pain. Survivors of the Pulse nightclub massacre give encouragement as busloads of Parkland students pull out, heading for the Capitol.
Y'all got this. Y'all strong. You make sure your voices are heard. You Tampa all the way. 100 students are on their way to Tallahassee. Anthony Lopez is a junior at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. He's making a list of things he wants to tell legislators.
Ban on military-grade weapons. Universal background check, including info of mental health, past history, and prison time. Raise for the age of ownership for a gun.
Already plans are being looked at by lawmakers. It's a big move by the Republican-dominated legislature. Incoming Senate President Bill Galvano has a proposal in development. His office is not releasing details, but our partners at the Miami Herald report highlights of the 6-point plan include the possibility of raising the age to 21 to buy an assault rifle, a ban on bump stocks, that's the device used in the Vegas shooting to allow faster fire, implementing a 3-day waiting period for gun purchases, and to close screening loopholes, especially relating to mental health. For students, it's a start.
I just want not even just about guns, but about mental health, about public safety. I just want to feel safe wherever I go. If I go to school, if I go shopping, I just want to be able to feel safe and not have to worry about the people around me.
As they make the long trip to the Capitol, they're preparing for a day of meetings with lawmakers and at some point the governor. Since it's too late in the session, students already know that they have to work with bills that are already in the pipeline. They want to make sure they're heard and that someone takes action.
We will not rest until something changes. We will not rest until our voices are heard. We will not rest until people open their eyes and listen to us.
And again, those buses expected to begin pulling into Tallahassee around 8:30 this evening. They're going to have a very busy day because tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, those students are going to be here at the Capitol to meet with senators, with representatives, with the Attorney General. And we understand with the governor, his office confirms he's meeting with them sometime this week, but not specifying exactly when at this point. Also at noon, there's going to be a rally in front of the Capitol. Live in Tallahassee, Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
They are getting a lesson